Margot Gray, and Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis. WAFF 48 News at 4 starts now.
Hot and humid. It's summer in Alabama, and for many of you, school starts tomorrow.
And let's turn this over to Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis. Brad, we asked for a break in the rain, and this is the trade-off.
Yeah, that's what happens this time of year when it's not raining. It's just hot, most of the times anyway. A good lake weather, as you see behind me on Wheeler Lake. Heat advisory will continue through tomorrow evening. Right now, we're just below the actual criteria, which is a heat advisory, which is the heat index at 105 to 110. But hey, it's still hot. 104 in Huntsville, feels like 105 in Coleman, and 104 in Florence. So here's that heat advisory. Excessive heat warning, though, just across the state line. That's where the heat index is expected to be above 110. That's when it gets really dangerous. You should still be taking heat precautions, though. Drink a little bit more water or stay hydrated a little bit more, especially in the evening hours in preparation for tomorrow's heat. No storms out there right now. We've got just a slight chance tomorrow and a slight chance as well Friday. We'll talk more about that and your weekend coming up.
Life in prison. That's the sentence for a Lauderdale County man who pled guilty to stabbing his father. Matthew Good was sentenced to life in a hearing that wrapped up a short time ago. Good stopped his trial after 3 days last month and pled guilty. He admitted killing his father, Donald, in January of last year.
So a tragic ending in Limestone County after a boat capsized. A man's body was just recovered from the river. WAFF 48's Daquan Lee is live from the scene in South Athens. Daquan, it quickly turned into a search and rescue operation once that boat capsized call came in.
Margot, just a few hours ago, crews here at Wheeler Lake were able to pull the body of a missing man out from this boat ramp behind me. But you can see the scene is clear, the job is finished, but there are still questions that remain unanswered, including that victim's name. Officials with the Limestone County Sheriff's Office tells us they got the call of a capsized boat just after 8 a.m. today. They saw two people. They say two people were on the boat at the time. One person survived, but the other did not. We're also told the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency has taken over the investigation as they try to figure out exactly how the boat sank into the water. Limestone County's rescue squad was also assisted by Morgan County, Florence, and Aaliyah as well. Sergeant Tyler Melton with the Florence dive team tells us the most difficult part of recovering somebody from the water can be relying on witnesses. Thankfully, he said that played a huge part in their success this afternoon.
Today it kind of lined up where we had somebody there with the party that when it happened, and we had him with us the entire time. He's able to direct us to a spot in the water, and kind of when we keep people on scene, they start to remember things, then they start to piece together. Hey, he was right here at this point in the water. I remember seeing that boat in the background. That allows us to kind of refine our search pattern once we've hit a couple of points of interest. I mean, everything goes into play from sonar scans to last known point of when someone's seen them.
Now, while we wait for the identity of that drowned man, friends of the family and law enforcement are also asking for thoughts and prayers for that family as they go through this tough time. Reporting live in Limestone County, Daquan Lee, 48 on your side.
Huntsville police tell us they're investigating a crash where a pedestrian was hit by a car. Police say it happened right here at Research Parkway and University Drive. The victim was taken to Huntsville Hospital in critical condition. Investigators say the driver stayed at the scene to answer questions about the incident. Now to Decatur, where a search for a suspect is over. Decatur police arrested Corey Griffith overnight, and he is now in the Morgan County Jail on a misdemeanor charge. He was wanted for a domestic call. Police set up a perimeter Monday searching for Griffith, who was reported to have been armed and dangerous.
All right, set those alarm clocks and cell phones. It's back to school for thousands of students tomorrow, and you will want to be aware if you live in Madison County that school buses from 3 different districts will be back out on the road. WAFF 48's Callie Neese is live at Madison City Schools Transportation Department to see the new safety measures implemented there on those school buses. Callie, cameras on buses, nothing new here, but it's actually spreading out to the entire fleet.
Yeah, Margot. So Madison City Schools is working on upgrading their entire fleet to have the new stop arm and camera technology. These cameras on the sides of buses capture cars that blow through the stop signs and capture videos and images of them. Dr. Travis Scrimshire is the administrator of transportation at Madison City Schools. He told me that this is a big issue and that it happens hundreds of times during the school year. He adds that the bus drivers love this new technology.
They love it. One of the things that they hate most is someone passing what we call passing their reds, because that is the most dangerous thing that can occur. And as a driver,
He also tells me that the standard fine for not stopping at these stop signs and flashing lights is $300. Coming up at 6, I'll have more on this new tech that's going on these buses and the expansion. Reporting live in Madison, Callie Neese, 48 News on your side.
Heads up, Sparkman High parents. Many of you shared a picture of the suggested dress code for your child's school. We're on your side, and we checked with school leaders to find out what your child can wear for the first day and for the whole school year. A viewer shared an image with our newsroom showing dress code policies. That same image claims students would not be allowed to wear clothes with hoods or open-toed shoes. We reached out to the Madison County school system for clarity, and a spokesperson says this image is not entirely true. A spokesperson says open-toed shoes like Crocs and slides, they're acceptable under their dress code policy, but they encourage students not to wear them during wet conditions for safety reasons. The spokesperson added hoodies are allowed for students, but they cannot wear them with the hood on while inside buildings. Sparkman parents were notified this morning of these clarifications. For more on school dress policies, leaders want you to read the Parent-Student Handbook.
So the University of North Alabama's nursing program just graduated its first class for doctorate in nursing. So these 4 students are the first students in the program to receive their doctorate in nursing at the Anderson College of Nursing and Health Professions. They all say they were excited to further their careers because they in turn mostly hold teaching positions. The program can be done in a year and a half. One of the students says he liked attending UNA so much that he kept bugging the university to implement this doctorate program and get it up and running.
It was just the best experience. I've felt it brought real value to my career. I work with veterans, and it wasn't just classwork to be doing classwork. It really was present in my daily practice, with a veteran. So it was a no-brainer to return for the DNP program.
The university will have another set of students starting in January.
A newly discovered gravesite of a Civil War veteran has been unveiled on Calhoun Community College's Decatur campus. The grave belongs to Private Hiram Matthews, who served for the Union in the United States Colored Troops during the Civil War. Matthews was a slave at one point in Limestone County and left to join the Union troops. He later became a pastor of several churches in North Alabama. Reverend Wilhelm Ragland shared what this means for the community.
This is great for us because I always tell people that he's both patriot and pastor, and we're just appreciative that he served God and his country.
The grave was discovered when they were cleaning up some land near Calhoun College. Matthews died in 1895 after contracting tuberculosis. And it's not just the Olympians who take home gold and silver.
Oh no, so next you will hear from some local students who went to England and conquered in an international rocket competition. Meet the best and brightest coming up. Well, there is a new member on Florence's City Council. The council elected the owner of Party Pros, Jackie Hendricks, to fill the District 2 seat. Hendricks was one of 5 candidates chosen to fill the opening that was created when Dick Jordan stepped down in July. Hendrick was the only one backed by Jordan. He says that Florence is a great city. He has lived here for 24 years and even went to high school and college there as well. Hendricks will be completing Jordan's term, which has 1 year left on it. He added that he has a lot of goals and projects he is looking forward to getting done.
We just need to be more business friendly, in my opinion. You know, that's my background. So I hope to have an impact on that. Florence has the tax base, the resources, and the population base to lead the entire Shoals area, and that's what I want us to do.
Hendricks is expected to officially be sworn in tomorrow. Well, the Tharptown rocketry team is back in the States after competing at the Farnborough Air Show in England.
And Margot, they did a phenomenal job. WAFF 48's Aria Pons talked to the team about the future of the program.
This team has given their all, heading across the pond and making the world take notice. The Tharptown High School rocketry team took on 922 other teams from around the U.S. and beat them all. Then they headed to England and finished second in the global competition in one of the closest finishes ever.
Oh, that's most everybody's kind of disappointed because we didn't get first, but the way the outcome was, I mean, the best scores, like out of all the internationals, any other year we would have won. You can't really ask for anything better.
But it's like you said, it's fuel for next year, but it kind of stings because it's like you're good enough to be first, but it was just a little bit off.
Incredibly, this team was in danger of being cut from the school due to funding problems, but they got a lifeline from some sponsors and fought on. All 8 students spent 7 to 8 hours a day practicing this summer for the competition.
They're just all together. They're a true team, and you don't get that a lot. So it is really amazing watching them grow, not only individually, but understanding what teamwork really is.
But for them, it wasn't just about these competitions and rockets. It was also the friends they made along the way.
Well, I joined because of my friends.
Rocketry at first wasn't too interesting for me, but I found that doing it with my friends made it a lot more important to me.
Almost all of the students spoke about their interest in engineering and the aerospace field after high school. And as for the future of the program, the school is working on finding more sponsors, but the team's not going anywhere and has nothing to worry about. That is, besides besting the world again.
Oh, they're already wanting to start. I mean, they're dedicated. They're going to put in every single minute, every hour, whatever they need to do, they're going to put in the work. If there's a chance they can get to Paris, they're going to try.
Aria Pons, 48 on your side.
The principal at Tharptown says he wants to get the students national championship rings and put in a statue at the school dedicated to them. He says the program has a bright future.
Now, your first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis.
No rain on the radar, not expecting any tonight either. We're going to get a break, maybe a stray shower tomorrow morning. Had some traffic issues on I-65, Highway 31, and I-565, and that's mainly has been due to construction, but now we have an accident westbound there on 565 near Mooresville. Let's go ahead and take a look right now at what's going on with the satellite and the radar. You can see we've got showers and storms now well northeast of us. Here's the pattern. We've got this big ridge of high pressure, and all these storms that develop, say, towards St. Louis and parts of Illinois and Indiana, they slide down on the backside. And yesterday, this area high pressure was a little farther west. That's why it was a lot closer here on the cutoff of the showers and storms. Now, as we get into the weekend, this area high pressure is going to shift back to the west, and that means our storm chances will be back to isolated afternoon variety. As we take a look down here in the tropics, we've got an area low pressure there monitoring near San Juan. It has a 60% chance of becoming a named storm system over the next 7 days. Now, the model guidance is really split on this. Some of it has it going on the east side of Florida, the other the west side of Florida, but everything's kind of zeroing in on Florida for a lot of rain as we get into next week, and the potential is there for maybe a tropical storm. Something we'll be keeping an eye on over the coming days. And also those temperatures, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, hour by hour, we start off close to 80 degrees. The heat index is going to be 90 by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and maybe an isolated renegade shower or storm here east of Huntsville and Arab. So we'll call that east of Highway 231. That'll be the only chance we have tomorrow, I think, and that's early in the morning. After that, it's all about the heat and the humidity. Highs around 95. The heat index right around 105 to maybe 108, and that would be probably closer to the Mississippi state line with that. As you can see by 2 o'clock, no rain, no relief there as the high pressure takes hold once again. Same situation may unfold as we get into Friday as well. So 95 in Florence still at 4:45 tomorrow afternoon. Not much of a breeze out there. You see a west wind at 5. That's it. So it is all about the heat. And as we go into Friday, more of the same. Current heat index values anywhere from 105 to maybe 107 up in Pulaski, but some upper 90s here in Scottsboro and Albertville. Here's that heat advisory in orange. It extends all the way into Georgia now, so it's about as far east as that has extended all summers. Here's your forecast over the next 10 days. We're going 95 tomorrow and Friday, and then we back off just a bit. Normal highs, 91 Saturday, Sunday, back to 93 on Monday, but overall a drier weather pattern moving in as we head past the weekend.
All right, thank you, Brad. Thanks for joining us. We hope you are enjoying the Olympics, and we will be here on your streaming platforms throughout it.
And we will also see you back on air in about 45 minutes on Channel 48 for our 5 p.m. newscast. Have a great rest of your day.